My name is Ruchma Sarita Lestary. I'm from 4A. So in this opportunity, I want to tell you about my textbooks review, and the title is the new Headway Elementary English Course. The author is Liz and Joan Soars. So I think this is a very good book, starting with a physical book that is very interesting. The color of the cover is red, and this book is not only equipped with writing and exercises but many pictures, so these books will make children not bored when read it. I highly recommend this book to read, and it's very good for children who are learning English because this book is very complete. Each chapter contains a lot of practice to practice so that the child's ability continues to improve and they will be more mature in mastering English. They will be mature in mastering reading, writing, listening, speaking, and so forth. This book has flaws, namely the contents in these books are unclear, perhaps because of ebook. But I'm sure if the original book must be very clear and picture is the same. Thank you.
New Headway Elementary English Course by Liz and Joan Soars. This book consists of 14 chapters, in each chapter explaining different discussions, and in each chapter has different levels of difficulty. Let's look at the contents of each chapter of these books. I will explain it one by one. Chapter 1. At the beginning of this part explains about the most basic training for someone, how the section is divided into entire academic readings. The discussions at the beginning of the section is how to use to be is MR, positive adjectives, vocabulary and pronunciations, or an, check it right or wrong, and discuss numbers. Let's continue it. Chapter 2. In the second part about these books, doing the exercises. The discussions in the second part is questions and negatives, positives, vocabulary, plural nouns, and the numbers and prices. Chapter 3. The third part this explains about the tasks that continue to the next stage, all divided into academic exercises. This part discusses about simple present, vocabulary revisions, and writing. This addition to the third part is about writing. This part provides many strategies on how to deal with questions such as those contained in this part. Chapter 4. This fourth part still continues from the previous section. In this section discusses the present simple as the previous part, but has a different discussion time, adverb of frequency, preposition of time, vocabulary in opposite verbs, and write with the time a letter to pen friend. Next is chapter 5. In this fifth part, we still explain how to answer correctly. There are many exercises like this provided to continuously hone one's abilities. This part discusses there are, some or any, prepositions, this or that or these or those, the vocabulary of rooms and activities, and start writing linking words. Next is chapter 6. The sixth part discusses the use of can or can't, was or were, could or couldn't, vocabulary of words that go together and begins to learn how to write formal letters. Chapter 7. This section, which has begun to go to more difficult levels. This part discusses regular verbs, yes or no questions, regular verbs, making questions, a bibliography using present simples and past simples, part of speech, prepositions, and start writing with the theme describing a holiday. Chapter 8. This eighth part explains part-time expressions, a crossword puzzle, matching and writing numbers and words, and writing with the theme of an old friend. All part consists of academic sections. Chapter 9. The ninth part in this book is about count and uncountable nouns, likes and dislikes, the use of some and any, how much and how many, and the last one is about writing formal letter part 2. This is a part of writing and improvement from the previous formal letter. The next is chapter 10. In this chapter, more serious and difficult, this section discusses comparatives and superlatives, has got, compound nouns, and writes with the theme of my capital city. The next is chapter 11. 11 part inside this book explains about the discussion, whose is this? It's his, studying the vocabulary of part of the body, and continuing to write the theme is describing people. Each part is made differently to continue to train readers in the thinking and expression and expressing the creative ideas they have. Chapter 12. This part explains the use of going to, infinitive of purpose, auxiliary verbs, word stress and phonetic spelling, the use of prepositions from, like, done, and writing a postcard. The closer to the end of the part, the higher the level is given. Chapter 13. In these 13 sections, the grading given is about question form, adverb or adjective suffixes, and start writing to a higher stage, namely writing is a fairy story. The last one is chapter 14. This last part explains about the present perfect time expression, been or gone, phrasal verb, and writing a thank you letter. How in this last part is also entirely divided into academic part. So this is how the book organized. This book is very well organized from chapter to chapter with a good hard covering in each chapter available in the book. In each chapter, there will be several explanations about the material that is focused. After the explanation done, there will be exercises given to continue to practice abilities. This exercise is very helpful for improving one's skill, both during exams and other things. Next is the book's best for. I think this book is very good and suitable for children in elementary school, but can also be used for all people who are just learning English or those who are still at the elementary level in English, because the content contained in these books are all basic levels. In these books, there are also many exercises that will help someone become more familiar with English. Practice given is also easy to understand and classified as simples. Okay, this is the last. Thank you. Let's read these books. So the new Headway English Course book is the appearance of the book. So this is the appearance of the book. The book is very good. I think this is a best book for elementary level for children. And try to see the books gives a lot of practice and examples. This is can make someone more easier to practice. And I think anyone who studies this book will definitely be more proficient in mastering English. This book's so many picture in this book. I think this is can make children more interesting with these books, not bored when they read these books.
So, the conclusion of the new Headway Elementary English Course books is also highly recommend for me to read and learn to continue beyond one's ability. Let's learn English through these books. Thank you.